Hello, Comic Book Show. It's me, Mr. Michael T. Coleman. So, on this past show this Wednesday, I may have gone a little insane when talking about Jeph Loeb, who, for some reason, Jennifer and the DC people loved. And then it occurred to me why. They've only read Jeph Loeb's DC work, which was when he first started out. Long Halloween, other stuff. For some reason, people like the Superman Batman series. That was, wow. But they almost anybody, when you criticize Jeph Loeb, they always go, but he wrote The Long Halloween. It's like, yes, he did, a long time ago. However, since then, something rather major happened. Basically, his son Sam died. I know it sounds terrible, but he completely changed after that. And he retired from comics, which was probably a good idea because he was actually very traumatized by this death. But you know who changed all that? Good old Joe Quesada, the guy who ruined Spider-Man. Remember him? Yep, he said, no, Jeph, come on over here and work for Marvel. Even though clearly Jeph Loeb was still mourning and not doing too well. So he gave us an incredibly terrible run on Wolverine. He took Sabretooth and Wolverine and had them descendants from wolf people that were blonde and dark-haired, and they've always been fighting throughout time because of their hair color. And then he gave us the Red Hulk, the Mary Sue-est of characters, ever to Mary Sue, the Mary Sue of Mary Sue-dom. He punched out the Watcher, people. He just didn't care what continuity came before. Ultimates 3 is a great example. It is not even related to anything that came before. The most egregious error, Thor, who now is speaking totally like Stan Lee's 60s Thor in the 616 universe, and carries, I shit you not, the actual Mjolnir from 616. I'm pretty sure he literally never read any of the Ultimates to that point. It is the most mind-boggling thing you've ever seen. He single-handedly destroyed Ultimate Comics. They had to do Ultimatum, which literally single-handedly destroyed Ultimate Comics, and then restart Ultimate Comics. And people had just given up by that point because everything was just so fucked. So you know what they did to Jeph Loeb? They kicked him upstairs to the TV division during Season 2 of Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Guess how many seasons Earth's Mightiest Heroes lasted? 2. Because once he joined in, he said, you know what? This isn't kid-like enough. This has an arc. It's well written. I don't like that sort of shit. We're going to start a whole new series based on the movies that's basically self-contained stories with no overarch. Because kids, they're not too bright. So basically it was their way of saying, hey, I know you're selling a lot, but your comics are just so unbelievably terrible. Possibly the worst thing since All-Star Batman. So let's just move you over there. You do the TV stuff. You're doing great. I'm sure he can't possibly ruin it. He canceled what? Oh, and he replaced it with Agents of Smash with a character named A-Bomb that he created in Red Hulk. A-Bomb. So basically the point of this video is to help explain to people like Jennifer and the DC folks that, yes, the guy who made Long Halloween, which people seem to love jacking off to, did actually turn into a terrible, horrible, worst writer ever. I don't know how this is hard to understand. The same guy who made Star Wars also made the prequels. The guy who gave us The Dark Knight Returns gave us All-Star Batman. Addendum, Jeph Loeb, actually apparently the nicest guy ever. Isn't that weird? That's probably why they keep asking him to work and why they just can't seem to fire him. Unfortunately, everything he touches or puts out is like holding your father down and forcing him to drown on elephant semen. The Comic Book Show.